The U.S. Army established Fort Richardson in 1867 as the northernmost point on a line of forts along the Texas frontier. And a big reason for the forts and the soldiers there was to subdue the Native Americans and force them across the Red River onto the reservations in present-day Oklahoma. Those relocated tribes were generally unhappy with life on the reservation and would cross back over the Red River into Texas, where confrontations with those Fort Richardson soldiers and other people in this area would occur. In May of 1871, over 100 natives from a handful of different tribes on the Fort Sill Reservation in Oklahoma crossed into Texas and attacked a wagon train, killing 7 individuals. A few people from the wagon train managed to escape and get back to Fort Richardson, where they told General William Sherman about the raid. General Sherman then traveled to Fort Sill and personally arrested the 3 leaders of the raid that had returned to the reservation: Satonk, Satanta, and Big Tree. He ordered they be returned to Fort Richardson and tried for murder. Before departing from Fort Sill, Satonk let it be known that he would not go quietly, and while they were being transported back to Fort Richardson for trial, he managed to get his hands free and stab one of the guards, and was then shot to death, and his body was left in the road. Satanta and Big Tree both did make it back to Fort Richardson, where they were kept in this guardhouse here, and they would be the first Native Americans to be tried in civil courts rather than as prisoners of war. Both were convicted of murder and sentenced to death, but that sentence was later changed to life imprisonment, but then they ended up being paroled after just 2 years. However, Satanta was arrested again a few years later and put in the Huntsville Penitentiary, where he would commit suicide by jumping out of a window. And the character Blue Duck in Lonesome Dove was partially based on the life and death of Satanta.